Okay, so turn one. The British start first. This is a homebrew rapid fire reloaded game. Just using tanks. It's basically to learn stages of the game. Using tanks, infantry, artillery, indirect fire, direct fire, blah blah blah. Normally I measure from the centre of the vehicle and do movement. On road 18 inches, off road 9 inches. Centre to centre. Sorry, I do it when I'm moving. A lot of people do it from front to back. Okay, and the homebrew game is Villers Bagage against the Black Baron, Michael Whitman again. He's probably the most famous out of all the German tank aces. Basically the game starts with the British Cromwell scouting tank coming up into the village, basically to check for Germans. It's up to the Germans if they want to attack at that point. They don't have to. Let the tank go on its way or attack. The Germans are starting this side up, but can only deploy the last 10 inches of the board. I believe the board's 5 foot by 2.5. Actually, 6 foot by 2.5. But you can use whatever size of table suits you. It's just for learning the rules. Okay. So British turn done. Now this is turn 1, part 2. For every turn there's 2 stages. The Allied and the Axis. So it's up to the Axis side to come up with a plan, basically to halt the Desert Rats of the 7th Armour Division from getting into the centre of town. This here's the centre, and this is what the fight's for. Whoever occupies this in round 12 wins. Both occupied, draw. It makes sense. Michael Whitman wouldn't want this tanks being seen until the main force is on the table. Inches from the board. Okay, that's turn 1 done. Sometimes the homebrew games throw up challenges. Depends on who you're playing, but because I'm playing solo, just to learn the rules. If you were playing somebody else, sometimes they can throw a spanner in the works. For instance, Cromwell's heading up a road to the town. This is the win scenario, occupying this in turn 12, the more troops there are, the more points, the more you have a chance of winning. But I've just thought about it. If I allow the Germans to sit back on the Waffen SS, then the Cromwell moves up into the town. The British don't come into play until the scout tank or lead tank is engaged, so you can't bring on the other reinforcements. So we're on turn 2. The Germans basically just moved onto the board. Now it's up to the British. So again, 18 inches from the centre. He's just going to mosey on up. And you have an order of play. Which dictates each part A, part B of your turn. So all necessary morale tests are taken. There is none, nobody's been killed. Chance observations, there is none because there's nobody to see. Smoke shells, vehicles are moved. So basically we'll have to keep going until the Germans engage or don't. So should I let this Cromwell get closer? But it's wasting turns that I could be spending holding the town or capturing the centre of the town, holding it. I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna play cagey, like Michael Whitman would do. So Germans are not moving. Don't want to give themselves away. So Cromwell, turn 3. Cromwell's going to continue moving up the road. Right, now make it some fun. So firing is declared and carried out. So because the Germans didn't move, they can fire, and the ones that haven't moved can still move to engage but not fire. Okay, so I'm going to have the Tiger. Oh! Actually, the Cromwell has moved up a road. He's a chance of spotting this Tiger in the undergrowth. I do from centre to centre, 15 inches. Now we'll have spotting rules or observation rules. Observation. If potential enemy targets are seen or observed, they can be fired at or reacted to. If they are in cover, they may have to test. You will have to test to see them. Visibility to a target is by line of sight, up to 48 inches. Line of sight is blocked by buildings, built-up areas, wood, hill, statics, AF, armoured fighting vehicles. Line of sight to infantry, guns, vehicles behind or in contact with hedgerows or walls is blocked. Alright, so the Tiger is behind 2 layers of bagage, which is basically very tall hedges, which Villers Bagage, that part of France, was renowned for. Okay, so static. Observing targets in cover that have not fired. Right, this Cromwell, it's a designated reconnaissance vehicle. So if an observer team or designated reconnaissance unit is within 12 inches of a target, add 1 to the D6 though. So basically you're 15 inches away, so because the Tiger hasn't fired, it can't see it. So he's just gonna basically mosey on. So the Tiger is in the same situation. Yeah, just making sure the observation routes I'm reading them right. Yeah, nobody's fired. There's no giveaway of smoke. Yeah, so the Germans, yeah, they haven't seen the British either. Again, very high hedges, very high bagage, you know, so may sound the rules are a wee bit off, but in this regard, France, the entire type of environment, very built up hedgerows, trees. Be hard to see a vehicle. Probably hear it before you see it. Okay, so turn 1, 2, 3. This is turn 4. Mr. Cromwell is going to continue on his way, merry way, to the end of the board. Now, basically, oh, yes, he has a chance of observing as he gets to here. So as he gets to here, within the 12 inches, he's got a chance to observe that Tiger won. So here we go. First round of the game. Okay, so Cromwell observing the Tiger. Alright, so 6 inches to 12 inches in soft cover. This bugeye should be seen as hardcover, to be honest with you, because I've seen a lot of videos and pictures of the area, and them hedges can be up to sometimes 10 feet, 15 feet, as big as trees. Okay, so 6 to 12 inches soft cover. This is for the Cromwell to spot the Tiger one. 5. Right, so 5 or 6. Automatic observation. Okay, spotted the Tiger. Plus he gets a +1 because he's reconnaissance. So he's basically got a 6. So he's well spotted. Okay, so firing is declared.